And this is, of course, 2018, the year of our island, and I'm joined in the studio by Emma Callin this afternoon. Afternoon, Emma.
Hello.
Now, we're here to talk about the Dark Skies Week that's taking place. Now, before we start talking about the specifics of Dark Skies, talk to me about what the year of our island actually is. New listeners start here, as it were.
So, Year of Our Island 2018 features in the programme for government. It's something that the new Tynwald, well, they're not very new anymore, but the Tynwald administration really wanted to celebrate the Isle of Man as a special place to live and work. And sometimes it's easy to forget what beautiful scenery, countryside, coastline that we have access to day to day. And we might forget about that in the whole 9 to 5 bustle, school runs, all of that. And so it's just time to appreciate our island and look at some of the things that maybe we've never done before. Maybe we've got a favourite glen and we always go to that glen, but what about the other glens or some of the other beaches or some activities that we know have been going on for years, but we thought we didn't have time or we didn't, we were too busy with other things. So it's really about encouraging people to get out and about, enjoy the outdoors, be part of the community and celebrate the Isle of Man as a really beautiful, special place to live.
It's almost a wake up and smell the coffee sort of campaign, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when we come to this Dark Skies Week, it's taking place from the 19th of January. What sort of events have we got for the first month's theme, as it were?
So, well, Dark Skies, let me just... I think everyone now knows what Dark Skies is, what that means and why we are so lucky on the Isle of Man. So to have dark skies means no light pollution so that you can see the stars and the planets. And we are lucky that on the Isle of Man we have lots of dark sky sites. Even, I have to say, even in areas with light pollution. So I live in the middle of Douglas. I have a street light at the back of my house and at the front of my house. But I could still, on a clear night, see lots of stars because I've started looking recently. So we wanted to celebrate that. And there are already some things going on. And so it starts with this Friday, Saturday and Sunday, the Isle of Man Astronomical Society are doing stargazing in Oncombe Park, 7 till 9 o'clock. I should say all of these are weather permitting.
Yes.
And obviously we want clear skies. If it's a cloudy night, some things might go ahead, some things might not. So we're all praying for clear skies next week. But it starts this Friday. Free event up at Oncombe Park. So I would encourage everyone to go wrap up warm, obviously. But I do know that the Astronomical Society are hoping that the cafe will open up in Oncombe Park so that there's some drinks and things and some information about stargazing as well. And there are 3 nights of that. So, if it's a bit rubbish on Friday night, if it is cloudy or rainy, then there's 2 other goes.
And that sounds like obviously a perfect opportunity to take the family out, as you say, wrap up warm, make an evening of it.
Yeah.
When it comes to what's happening and other associated events, there's things I know for well on Saturday. We're talking about the sort of dark skies photography exhibitions and workshops.
Yeah, so Brooke Wassell is holding a dark skies photography workshop for us. Brooke has himself been out and taken some really amazing pictures of our dark skies on the Isle of Man. I have to say that workshop sold out. Right. So we released extra spaces. It sold out quite quickly. We released extra spaces last week and they've sold out as well. What I would say is it doesn't mean this will never happen again. So we would like to do some more Dark Skies events and it might be that Brooke's workshop is repeated, but at the moment that's sold out. Now, Brooke is one of the exhibitors. We're running an exhibition of Dark Skies photography in the Villa Marina up in the upstairs foyer area, and that will be available to view from the 22nd of January, so a week today, next Monday. So Brooke is one of the photographers. The other 2 are Ron Strathdy and Glenn Worrell, and they are all photographs of dark skies from different areas of the Isle of Man. Some very recognisable. I think we've got one of a Laxey Wheel with lots of stars behind it. Some perhaps not quite so recognisable. They are really amazing photographs.
And the thing that strikes me when you're describing all these wonderful photographs and the opportunities at Oncombe Park and things, and the number of dark sky sites, we have 26 official dark sky sites on the island, it does fit into that theme of not realising what you've got, because if you live in a city in the UK, the idea of a dark sky is just completely foreign, isn't it? Yeah.
And I think you don't realise that till you're in a dark skies area. So you think you're seeing the stars because you look up and you might see some of the really bright ones, but until you're somewhere that's really dark and then you look up and then you can see that I found that the more you look, the more you see. Just before Christmas, I was at a Christmas party at Peel Golf Club and came out around midnight. I was about to get to my car, sober, I hasten to add, and looked up and could very clearly see the Milky Way. And so it's just, making sure that, I'd say, wrap up warm, take a flask, find somewhere very dark, and look, because it's really stunning what you can see.
And I know for well that it's not just about the events that are going to be put on through the year. There's a sort of a two-sided approach to a lot of these events, very much like Island of Culture a few years ago. The fact that it's also events for the public, events for families, but also work done through the schools. And I know for well that Manx National Heritage are getting involved with the Dark Skies for that.
So next week on the Wednesday there are space lectures. Now that's just for Key Stage 2 at schools, and the schools already know about that and are already involved, and of course the schools get lots of information. So children in schools are already involved in space and stargazing quite regularly, but that will be run by Howard Parkin on the Wednesday. And I have to say, Howard has really helped us out with this Dark Skies week. Without his invaluable knowledge and boundless enthusiasm, I don't think I'd have navigated my way through this quite so easily. So I have to say a special thank you to Howard.
If people want to find out more about all of these events, I know for well there's the Dark Skies evening at the Dome as well, which is another ticketed event. Where do they find out about it?
All our events are ticketed through Eventbrite. So the website is eventbrite.co.uk. I'd also just like to add that we've got 2 nights at the Observatory, which is quite special. Now on those 2 nights, that's next Wednesday and Thursday, there are 2 sessions per night, but one of those sessions is already sold out, and this morning we only had 1 ticket left in another session. They're only £3 a ticket, but we're limited in numbers at the Observatory. It's quite a small venue. But yes, all the tickets are at eventbrite.co.uk.
And just looking ahead for the year of our island, I know for well it's not all on your shoulders, but what sort of things are we expecting to see as the year progresses?
Well, the thing is, we've got all these great events that happen anyway. The other themed months, we've got some themes about the outdoors, communities, festivals, culture. July will be a culture month, and that will take into account Tynwald and National Week and all of that. We're hoping that for Tynwald, we're going to have, there's a vintage cinema bus that runs vintage film and Pathé News, and that's hopefully coming to the Isle of Man, and we'll have some of that to show as well. But I should mention that there's a grant scheme, so people can apply. If people run events already or want to do a new event, there is a special grant scheme that they can apply to via the Cabinet Office, and details of that are at ourisland.im, which is the official Facebook page for 2018.
There we go. Brilliant stuff. Emma, thanks so much for popping in, and I presume you're going to be wrapping up warm with a thermos and the blanket the family on Friday, Saturday or Sunday?
Well, all of next week. I think I'm going to be at most of those events, so pray for me and for no rain.